I think this is pretty cool. We'll just watch a little.
Without the shuttle going up to replace any equipment failures that we have to make do with what we have. What we really are concentrating on is just keeping the telescope working and keep the science going.
Of the Earth, where we get proton hits that will affect the electronics in Hubble and can also affect the instruments in Hubble. And so we have to plan out
And night passes. Every 95 minutes, we go around the Earth. The batteries will charge from the solar rays during the day pass, and then at night, batteries power the observatory so we can continue observing. The scheduling with Hubble, we're trying to put it together as efficiently as possible, minimize our gaps. The goal.
I'll stop there. I just wanted you to see the behind scenes of how it's controlled and what it's like. It's a huge, like you said, a huge telescope in the sky, and solar powered, also battery powered. And I was surprised when they talked about the technology. Sounds like it's a little dated. So what did you think of? Yeah, maybe they need to update that. They need to get on that maybe and up that a little bit. But if you like technology and you like space, maybe you would think about that career being an engineer working with the Hubble space station.
NASA has released the most colorful image of the universe to date, a composite of images taken over a 9-year period by the Hubble Space Telescope and revealing about 10,000 galaxies spread across space. The image also combines the ultraviolet light imagery to reveal stars we couldn't see previously and includes galaxies dating as old as 10 billion years.
So pretty cool, pretty cool. And especially if you don't get a good view on your own, it's interesting to see some of these pictures that the Hubble can capture. Robin, do you want to read this? Hold on, this fast fact.
Hubble has been orbiting Earth for more than 30 years, beaming hundreds of thousands of images back to the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland.
Very good. It takes Hubble, and that's in Maryland. Maryland is in the United States in the south, in the southern part, below Washington, D.C. It takes Hubble 97 minutes to make a trip around the world. At this rate, it would make it from Los Angeles. Anybody want to read? Gives us an idea about how old the universe might be. Do you want to read it, Helen? Hubble has played.
Hubble has played a role in the discoveries such as the age of the universe, 14 billion years, and the dark energy of force that caused the universe to expand at accelerated rate.
Very good. So 13 to 14 billion years old is what they've come up with. Oh no, I'm going to faint. I'm weak. I'm tired. I feel faint. So it's one of those first two. A letter is in the alphabet. And has anyone heard who knows who this person is?
Someone from Czechoslovakia.
Nope. He lived, I believe, was in the 1500s. He's from Italy. And he had... Say it again, William?
Galileo.
Yeah, you got it. Good job. Woohoo. Yeah, Galileo. He's from Italy. And he... actually developed or invented the telescope. And if you see, that's why I hit it. He's holding a telescope. Not like the Hubble, but it eventually helped develop the Hubble telescope. So who's used a telescope? Has anyone ever looked in the sky or looked at something? Yeah, I have a really big one. I don't have it here. I have it put away, but I have a really big telescope. And I can see really far with it. It's really cool. And it has a stand. It's really big. So it's a nice thing.
Only looked at the moon.
Yeah, that's cool though, right? You can see a close-up of what the moon really looks like.
And single use, and my brother tipped it and it broke.
And it shattered. Oh, you can really see the moon with a telescope easily. You can see all the different colors and those big craters or whatever, those holes and the dark spots. Yeah, everyone thinks the moon is a big white circle in the sky, but with the telescope, you can't really see what it's like. Oh, sorry it broke.
And
Not
next
good. Not
neighbor's
good.
house.
Not,
No,
not,
no, it's bad.
it's,
Using a telescope to peep on neighbor's house is very bad.
yeah, that you could do that. That would be bad. Yeah, not a good use of a telescope. So, well, who knows what the Hubble telescope is doing in the sky? It's always watching. You never know. You might be on that in its view at any moment, right?
Big
So,
blinker.
so someone's always watching, and it might be the Hubble, yeah, or someone else or something else. Yeah, very good. Helen, do you want to read about Galileo? So I believe he was born in the 14, I think it's a 1400s, 1500s, late 1400s. But anyway,
Helen from a Pisa tower.
do you want to try reading
Right.
the first? Go ahead,
Since Galileo's times, the science they have created more powerful telescopes. Some telescopes are houses in a large observation on Earth, often do observation at the top of the mountains and far away from the city, any cities or lights. This allows astronomers to clearly see the stars and the planets.
We were just talking about that. The farther away you are from a city with a lot of lights and light pollution, the more you'll see. And the same goes for using a telescope. Yeah. So building an observatory on top of a mountain helps get a better view. Makes perfect sense. Very good. All right, how about here? I'll do from here all the way to here. William, do you want to read it? Other telescopes.
Other telescopes are launched into space using rockets. They travel far above Earth and have a better view of the universe than telescopes on Earth. One of these telescopes is the Hubble telescope. It was launched in 1990 by NASA, the American group of scientists who study outer space.
Very good. The Hubble telescope is still in space today, orbiting Earth. Since its launch, it has sent back thousands of photos to NASA. Hubble's photos have led to many new discoveries about the universe. For example, using photos from Hubble, scientists now think the universe is about 13 to 14 billion years old. So,
A barrier island is a long, narrow island that runs parallel to the mainland coast. It is separated from the mainland by a body of water such as a lagoon or a sound, which is a relatively narrow body of water between the mainland and an island. Barrier islands are formed by sediment that is transported by waves and currents from the mainland.
so they're created by
They
waves.
protect the mainland from erosion and storm surge. Waves carry a variety of materials such as sand, rock, dead corals, and shell. In addition, longshore currents transport and deposit this material. A longshore current is a result of how the waves strike the beach. Most waves approach the beach at a slight angle and retreat perpendicular. This action creates longshore currents that move in a direction parallel to.
So when a wave comes in, it doesn't come in straight. It might look like it. They actually come in on this angle. But when they hit the sand and a wave has to go back, it goes back straight out. So when there's major storms, a lot of sand and dirt is pulled up. And these are built by waves, by the motion or movement of waves. I wanted you to see.
Over a period of time, create a landform offshore like a barrier island. The longest barrier island in the world is Padre Island of Texas, and it is 113 miles.
So
Let's take a look at several barrier islands.
Along that eastern coastline of the U.S. So barrier islands, they're really fun. If you come to the U.S. ever, check them out, especially if you're in New York. You might see the islands. New York is a big, exciting place to check out if you come to the U.S. Who's been to New York? I forget. William, you've been to New York, Canada. Helen, have you been to New York?
Not in New York.
No, not New York City, California?
Yeah, in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, LA. They had the big Oscar awards. big awards there last night in Los Angeles. I have family there. Park, the U.S., New York,
No,
California? No, not
no.
yet. All right, one day maybe. Robin, have you been to New York?
No.
Not yet. Okay, pretty
Yeah.
cool place. Pretty fun. Lot to do, a lot to see. Taman, have you been to the United States, the U.S.? Not yet. Okay. All right. So check out some of those barrier islands. If you go to New York, you'll definitely see them when you'll see all the water that surrounds Manhattan, the city of New York. All right. So much for barrier islands. I wanted to show you the Galapagos.
Here's Awesome 8's greatest animals of the Galapagos. Number 8, penguins in warm waters? While most other penguins live near the South Pole, Galapagos penguins are the only penguins on Earth who live along the equator. And they've found creative ways to adapt to their island homes. It's always good to hang with your friends. Number 7, English naturalist Charles Darwin called marine iguanas disgusting, clumsy lizards. Despite their looks, these reptiles have a unique adaptation. They're the only iguanas that can swim and forage underwater. Don't worry about their frightening appearance. They pretty much only eat algae. Number 6, Galapagos tortoises live longer than any other animal with a backbone. They can live up to 152 years old. Even in old age, these tortoises still got it. And don't worry about chasing them around the island. Galapagos tortoises rest up to 16 hours a day. Number 5, like the rest of us on the beach, Galapagos sea lions love swimming and sunbathing. They might take a dip to catch fish, but these beach bums prefer to hang close to shore. Catch some rays, big fella. Number 4, the whale shark is big, real big. It's the largest shark on the planet. They can weigh up to 40 tons.
Where do penguins live? What do you know about penguins? Where do most penguins live?
South Pole.
Yeah, cold
South
places.
Pole and South America. Actually.
Yeah, Antarctica, right? Polar regions, cold places, right? So these penguins, why can't I get out of here? All right, let's go, Park, do it.
The Galapagos Islands are located 620 miles from the South America mainland, but a world apart from anywhere else on Earth. The archipelago and its surrounding waters is located where 3 ocean currents
Actually converge or come together. Beaches, water activities. All right, Helen, would you like to read? Most exciting
for visitors is the lack of fears that even curiosity with which the published animal type could regard humans. Incredible up-close encounters are the norm here, and while the islands are living laboratory of evolutionary change, their ecosystems have remained remarkable and changing.
Very good. So some 95% of the island's pre-human biodiversity remains intact, a remarkable figure. But even this paradise hasn't remained totally pristine. So we know different things are affecting islands, the water, right? Temperatures, climate. So things that threaten these ecosystems, even though they're pretty protected and safe, there are still some threats. And this is pretty cool. People can actually get pretty close and take pictures, photographers. Apparently the animals that live on the Galapagos, even though they're not used to seeing people, they're pretty used to people, and they don't really, or people don't bother them. So if you go there, you can really get some good pictures if you're into photography. The animals aren't bothered by visitors. What do you know about plants? Robin, do you want to read a little bit about plants from here to here?
Plants come in many different sizes, shapes, and colors. They also come in different flavors. Many animals love to eat different kinds of plants and their fruit.
But how are plants able to stay alive with so many animals out to get them? So those big iguanas, those big lizards, those iguanas, they love to eat hibiscus plants. I just got a hibiscus plant and I put it outside and it's up high. But if they don't eat the hibiscus, the deer love to eat the flowers. So they eat flower blooms. They love to eat the blooms of flowers. My neighbor has a huge aloe. Has anyone seen an aloe? An aloe plant? Yeah, Hoen, what do you know what an aloe helps with? Do you ever use aloe cream?
Good for skin.
Yeah, it's
Sunburn
good for your
healing.
skin. Have you ever used any aloe, William? Aloe?
Sunburn.
Yeah, for any kind of burn.